Hello, everyone, and welcome back to another episode of Salem by Night. I am your storyteller. My name is Will. We are picking up with our Camarilla group, our Coterie, as it were, right where we left off. In the last episode, they traveled into a different world via a Tremere's magic-laden basement, which they announced to the entire street. They had a moment where one of them, against his better judgment, touched a rune on a naked woman's body and caused some pain and maybe some mild sexual urges to arise in her. Who knows? But I know that he has been antsy about it ever since, and I enjoy that. But they went back to the hospital because that happens to be the hotspot that they enjoy going to. They had some better judgments before. They've kidnapped their own ghoul from medical attention. They've left a cabbie in a room where he has openly announced that he knows they're vampires. And we left off with them in the basement having the nurse that they mesmerized into bringing this ghoul of his down into the basement with them, having been fed upon by Samuel Hunter, the Malkavian Primogen, and going into a prophetic vision. And we're going to pick right up with everyone this time, as I believe Melvin drops his obfuscate at the side of this.
Yes. Yep.
Okay.
How are both of you still alive?
Oh, hello. Have you met Samuel Hunter?
I know Samuel, but the two of you are going to need to have a nice talk with me later on. I saw everything.
And as he says that, have you met Samuel? You see him reach into his jacket pocket, pull out a pair of round spectacles, put them on, curving them around his ears, and you see him start to kind of pull his hair back into a kind of loose comb. Very, very meticulous. He stands up almost as straight as possible, and you can feel that there's a different air about him now. And he looks over at the three of you and he's like, "Oh, well, this is interesting. I seem to recall having 3 women and 1 male in the group that I assigned my job to, and now it seems that you've switched your gender roles. How very forward-thinking of you."
Will, do I know this one?
Yeah, this is anytime that the glasses are on, it's the prime persona.
Okay. I'm like, Michael Hunter, I presume.
Of course. It's good to see you again, Mr. Wright.
You too, sir. Quite a mess that was made here, and I look down at the nurse.
He looks down, and you see as he does, he kind of takes out a handkerchief and wipes his mouth, puts the handkerchief away, and then he just leans down and picks up the nurse, throws her over one of his shoulders, and he's like, "It's very well. The morgue is this way," and he starts to walk. Let's walk and talk. There's a coldness to him that Connie and Albert don't remember the first time they've talked to him.
Very shy.
You never know who you're going to get with.
All right.
Their kind are always like this.
But you see him walk down the hallway, and he makes a sharp right.
Pick up Melissa and follow.
Yep.
So you... What is your strength? Can you pick up Melissa?
It's 1.
Oh,
So I hope so.
1 in athletics, 0. Yeah, so you start to drag Melissa.
If I hear that, I'll turn around I have a strength of 2 and athletics of 1.
Yeah, that's an easy.
So
It's an easy lift for
okay.
you.
So I pick him up and I'm like, if you can't take care of your things, you shouldn't have them. And I start walking.
All right.
I'd like to know why no one asked if I could carry her. What is this?
I grab her and I hand her to you.
I didn't really ask, Connie. I didn't necessarily ask. It was kind of just. It was a very interesting dad moment.
I just grab her and I drop her. Like I go here, and I just let her go.
Jeez.
There,
And I'll reach out and grab her. This isn't quite what I expected. So I guess, touche.
He made it right.
So,
careful what you ask for. But yeah,
so yeah.
either
keep
of
moving.
the two of you can carry her particularly well. Both of you have a worthwhile strength and athletics combination.
Everyone but me.
That's right. And you see as go ahead.
Oh no, I was gonna. So were we keeping up with Hunter?
Yeah. As you guys kind of had your little tiff about who gets to carry Melissa, you come around the corner and you see that he's kind of at the end of the hallway. He's just stopped and he's looking down the hallway at you, and you see that his foot is kind of tapping impatiently.
I keep walking. I go to Connie though. I lean, kind of look over as I'm walking. And I'm like, you need to be more careful next time. They recognized you. The nurse called somebody while you were walking to the other room. Like I said, I've been with you guys the whole time.
Okay.
And I look over at Alfred. I go, interesting feeding technique. I never thought of doing the straddle before, and I just pick up the pace and I start moving.
Not by choice.
But you see as you start to get within like maybe 10 feet of Samuel, he nods at you like, "Oh, excellent! Your legs actually do work. That's good. Come along." And you see him make another turn. And after a few moments, he gets to a set of double doors that are very clearly marked the morgue. And as he throws open the doors, you can hear the radio pumping out like the last little bit of Betty Davis Eyes from Kim Carnes. And there is a portly man about to make the third incision in an autopsy. And as he kind of stands up, he puts his knife down and he looks over. He's like, "You're not supposed to be here." And immediately, Samuel Hunter just kind of like grabs him by the throat, by the bottom of the jowls, and just forces him to look into his eyes. And he's like, "You're going to take a lunch break now. Move along." And sure enough, the guy kind of like dusts himself off, goes over to the little fridge that's there, takes out a brown bag, and immediately just kind of walks out of the morgue. Samuel Hunter, as the DJ for WKRQ, announces what was just playing, turns off the radio, and he goes over to until he finds an open locker, and he stuffs the nurse in there. He sits down on top of the drawer and the nurse, almost like a beanbag. And he's like, "Very well. So the two of you, I remember, Frost, and you're Joshua's child."
Connie.
Yes, thank you. And you're one of Mickey's boys, yes?
I nod.
How did they wrangle you into this situation, I wonder?
Well, as you can probably guess, they needed some extra eyes watching them. There is some crazy times going on around here.
Yeah, so where is Jane Arwen?
Well, last we learned, she was on her way to.
Hollywood. She sold our weapons and the documents you gave us to a dragon, I believe.
Mm-hmm.
He's here. That's a turn. Anything else that you might have learned that might be useful?
Well, you did have one of your events.
Yeah. Yes. It's still trying to make sense of it in my mind. And you see, he reaches down and he grabs the nurse's badge. And he's like, "Oh, Delilah Jones. I hardly knew ye." And he puts it in his pocket.
I asked Hunter, I'm like, are you attached to that? Because I was actually curious in finding out a little bit more about her.
Well, okay. He goes over to where the desk is for the mortician, and you see him kind of write down some information about who she is, and then he ends up folding that into a nice little kind of folded clump, puts that in his pocket, and just tosses the badge at you. He's like, "No, I just need to make amends for what I've done."
She may not be as innocent as you think.
I understand. But I'm also trying to stay somewhat less of a monster than the rest of us. So, the little bit that I can do for Mrs. Jones's family will ease my conscience just the little bit more that I need to deal with this. And he kind of motions for the whole morgue.
It seems the Anarchs are making moves.
Yes, well, if the dragon is here, that means that there's definitely something that has brought him out of his cave. Even in her betrayal of you, you have learned something through Miss Arwen. So you have that going for you.
Hmm.
Good work, Mr. Frost. Stay the course. And you see him leave.
Oh,
Good work, Connie.
am I invisible?
No, that
If
was
it-
me.
If it helps, we didn't tell him anything about the boat.
I mean, does it? It's fine. I'll get over it.
All right.
Well-
You said her name was what? Delilah what?
Delilah Jones.
Delilah Jones.
You have
Delilah
her. You
Jones.
have her information there.
Oh, okay.
And she's
Perfect,
still kind of haphazardly stuffed into one of the trays. Like he left her there.
I'm gonna search her body and see if there's any notes or anything, the paper with somebody's name maybe or phone number.
Okay. Let's have you make the first roll of the night with your actual dice.
Mm-hmm.
And let's have you do an a dexterity and investigation.
Okay. And as I'm doing this, I look over my shoulder to Connie. I'm like, she called somebody about you. I'm trying to find out who it was. Okay. So I got
Number 6 or higher.
9. Yes. I got a 9, a 10, a 7, and a 10 on my hunger die.
Okay. So you actually got a critical. So you've got, what is it, 3 regular successes and 2 10s? Or 2 regular successes?
Yes. No, 2 regular successes and 2 10s, and then I got a 5 and a 3.
Okay, so 2 regular And the 2 10s means that you have 6 total successes. But because one of the 10s is on your hunger dice, it's a messy crit.
Okay.
So as you start to kind of search the body, you notice that the wound is still there on her neck. The kind of 2 gaping holes, and then the little kind of ovular shape of the jaw as he kind of bit down and clamped down on her. And as you're searching, the little bit of blood and the gaping wound starts to kind of flash back to some of the stuff that you saw in Chicago coming up. Some of the stuff that you remember kind of having to do on those first nights where you were still trying to get used to what you were doing. And then there's just this gnashing in the back of your mind, and just this sloppy, that's familiar, isn't it, Melvin? That's real familiar. And before you know it, you can see that you've driven your pointer finger and your middle finger from your right hand into the 2 wounds, almost like you're trying to figure out what killed her, like your detective instincts start to really kick in, and you're trying to figure out, and you know deep down inside what the cause of this person's death was. Like you know it, and as your fingers kind of come out of her wound and they come up to your mouth, instinctively you feel them go past your lips and just past the 2 front teeth until they hit your canines, and you can feel them elongating as your fingers kind of trace over them. And in a moment of just kind of frustration and anger at the current course your life has taken, you kind of reach out and just rip her throat apart, both to protect the masquerade, but also to kind of lash out and let out some of that steam as you release the valve a little bit. And there's a little bit of splatter of blood and neck musculature, and the arteries and the veins kind of start to protrude out like bad wiring in a sponge. But you do find a set of car keys with some house keys in her pocket. You find an almost depleted pack of gum, Wrigley Chew. And you do find a receipt for the cafeteria and a note on the back of it. The receipt is from a few days ago, by the date. So the note seems to not be a note from this evening, but it does says he can help, just give him a call. And then it has a number, and it has a set of initials, which I will find for you right now.
Okay. While you do that, I look back at you guys and I go, the masquerade is what's important. He left a trace. Now there's no trace. Always, always, always cover your tracks.
HG.
HG.
Yeah.
And I guess the number is just there's a phone number. Doesn't matter, right?
Yeah, phone number doesn't matter.
Yeah. Okay. And I walk over and I show the receipt to you guys, and I go, I look at Connie, I look at Albert, and I'm like, when you were going to those other rooms, she called someone. I heard their voice. It seems like you both have an admirer. We need to get out of here and tread lightly.
What?
And then I just start walking. I close the thing.
Okay.
I put her, like, stuff her in, and I close it.
Okay. Sure enough, you slide her drawer all the way in, and you close the thing. By the looks of it, it'll take some time for her to be found, depending on how many bodies come in. But it looks like at least a day you've bought yourselves.
So, where do we go?
I've got someone that can maybe help trace this phone number.
We also have a conversation with the prince and the sheriff, don't we?
They need to know about the vision. Whether it's accurate or not, you can never tell with Samuel Michael Hunter.
All right.
Okay.
And I just, like, wipe my hands.
Yeah.
Because I don't want to be walking around with blood on my hands.
Yeah. There's plenty of clean supplies there. You can just wash off. Clean off. But you do notice that it looks like even Betty D kind of realized what happened, because she's kind of like she was very attentive to what the situation was, kind of keeping her face out and kind of looking at everybody. And the moment that kind of happened with you in her throat, like, she kind of dropped down and just kind of laid low on your shoulders.
Well, do I say thank you for keeping an eye on? I guess we're not gonna get killed or anything, right? Do I have to tell?
I can't promise you that, but I can promise you that I will be by your side whatever happens. It's what I'm here for.
Okay.
And I look at Connie and I go, I know this night's been especially rough for you. The resemblance was uncanny.
An investigation for another day.
That's my specialty. And I start walking.
Okay. So sure enough, the three of you start to kind of walk out, still carrying Melissa.
Yep.
Can we weekend at Bernie's this?
Yep.
So it doesn't just look like I'm carrying a woman, like...
I mean, between you and Albert, you're almost the same height.
Question:
Yeah.
Don't they have the clothes from the bodies in the morgue?
Yeah, they do.
Why don't we change her out of her hospital gown?
Yeah, let's go.
Okay.
Actually, I go, Connie. Would you mind changing her out of her hospital gown?
Yeah. I mean, no. I'll do it.
Mind or no, you would not mind.
No, I'll do it. Yeah, that's fine.
I think Loverboy's had enough fun for one evening.
I've had no fun this evening. I don't know what you're talking about.
Okay.
And you see that even though I am what I am, like, I'm like, there's still that modicum of, like, it's that 1930s like respect, like that. I'm just like, no, you know, I don't want to do this. So that's all I was like, hey, Connie, can you help out?
Yeah.
Help a brother out.
You know.
Yeah.
Can I look around to see if there's anything else I could dress her in, like discarded clothes or something like that?
Oh, for
The
sure.
box labeled dead people clothes.
Is there a box of dead people clothes?
There's no box labeled dead people clothes. But
Dead people clothes?
if you wanna make a wits and awareness roll, use your fancy dice.
Can I
I'm
help?
scared now.
Yeah.
What did you say? Wits and what?
Wits and awareness. So
And awareness.
it's a total of 4. You have 1 hunger, so it's 3 regular dice and 1 hunger dice.
3 regular dice, 1 hunger dice.
Yeah. And remember, 6 or
I'm so
higher.
excited. I haven't touched dice in so long. Okay.
Yeah.
All right.
6 or higher.
Okay, so I have I got 2 10s.
Okay.
I got a 2, and I got a 4 on my hunger dice.
Okay, so your hunger dice does not betray you, and you end up with 2 10s. So that's a total of 4 successes. So yeah, you easily find a kind of closet where they do have extra clothes that they find on certain dead people or like the destitute or homeless. So there's a selection of clothing to kind of go through that hasn't been kind of donated or repurposed in some way.
Cool.
Yeah.
Cool.
Yeah. So you get your choice of how to dress her. This is your own Polly Pocket now.
Well, I'm not really a fashion. So I'm here for function. So I'm gonna look for pants.
Yep.
And I'm gonna look for a shirt. And how is she in the? Do I need a bra? Like.
She is ampled, but she's not large.
I'm gonna find the biggest shirt there.
Okay.
Been there, girl. And then I'm gonna turn her to the guys and be like, "Eh?"
Or
Perfect.
Yeah.
And I grab her. I'm like, our very drunk friend needs to get home.
yes.
And I look at both of you like, our very drunk friend needs to get home.
Our very drunk friend needs to get home.
Drunk from
Okay.
alcohol.
Immediately you're gonna hear, my uncle is sick. He needs help. I guarantee you.
He's allergic to X-rays.
So allergic you wouldn't believe it. So, but sure enough, you find your way up out of the basement, taking the stairs as a precaution, and you go out into the general area where no one seems to question you whatsoever. You manage to walk out of the hospital.
The 80s, man.
Wow.
As you're walking out, you do hear that there has been a situation on the 5th floor. So you imagine that might be where all of the main security is gone, but there's none at the doors as you walk out.
Thank you, 80s hospital.
Yeah.
So should we just drop her off at her apartment and then make our way to the theater?
So, Albert, what exactly are your intentions here with her?
Well, it was not to kill her.
Okay.
That's all I've got.
So, is she beneficial to us in any way?
I
being
think so.
your ghoul?
Probably.
Okay.
Yeah.
Because it's a lot of work.
I figured as much. It's been 2 days in a row. I haven't been sleeping.
Okay. So you want to leave her, so she's going to wake up now back in her house.
Yeah.
You're sure you're not one of Samuel Michael's people? Because that's crazy. I just keep walking.
It's like those TikTok things where it's just like, show me you're a Malkavian without showing me you're a Malkavian.
You're a Malkavian, yeah.
Yeah.
I'm just gonna leave this lady that was awake in a hospital to wake up now in her room.
Yep. Yeah.
All right.
You may want to stay with her in her apartment. Be there when she wakes up.
That was my. I wanted to.
Okay.
But.
There's no but.
Oh,
okay. Well, I guess we're walking.
Uh-huh.
I mean, you do have a set of car keys.
I do have a set of car keys.
And Miss Delilah
So
Jones
generous.
is not going to need them.
I guess we can click around, see.
Did they have clickers in the 80s?
Very rarely.
So here's what I'm trying to think.
Do you have drive?
Because I do have drive.
No.
No, yeah, I do have drive. Also, I might be able to make sure that this car doesn't trace back to her.
Oh.
But I gotta figure out the way I'm gonna say that.
Understandable.
Yeah. How can I do
Will knows what I
scumbag?
mean.
Yeah. How can I do scumbag
Yeah.
things without sounding like a scumbag?
Exactly.
Yeah. 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 I'm there.
So we can take the car, but I'm not gonna leave the car by your apartment.
All right. I don't have a parking space, so we're fine.
Okay. So I look at the keys. Does it have a model of the car or anything on it?
Even the odds in your favor.
Even?
Oh, an 8. It actually does have a pretentious keychain of a V and a W in a circle.
Okay.
Oh, it's a bug.
So that'll be hilarious. All of us fitting into a bug. So I start pressing around. I start going around to look for VWs.
Okay. As you go to the employee side of the parking lot, there's very clearly at the end of one of the aisles a bug, a VW bug. But there's also one of the traditional kind of Volkswagen long buses.
The vans? The
vans, yeah.
Like a Scooby-Doo bus?
Like a
Yeah.
Scooby-Doo bus.
It's going to be our own Scooby-Doo bus?
Which one do you think it's going to be?
Visibly, those are the two
VW bus.
Volkswagens.
So, Will, while I'm doing this, I'm walking with my head down with my hat as to my face not to be picked up. My fake face to not be picked up.
Right.
I go to the bus first because I'm hoping for the best.
Okay. Even or odds?
Odds.
It's a 9. So the bus opens.
Yes! We're the Scooby
We're-
Gang!
We're cruising, boys. Let's go. Let's go.
Yeah.
And girls, because there's two girls.
Girls,
There's two girls.
There's two.
Girls and boy.
Look how excited she is. I'm holding her up.
Yeah.
Oh yay! Oh yay! The Ride the bus, yay!
But sure enough, you open the driver's side door, and then you unlock the rest of the doors. And as you look at the back seat, it has the two different back seats. But in the middle set of seats, you see a baby seat. And there's a few kind of strewn about clothing and like a bag that has some little boys' toys.
If I had been the one to kill her, I would feel really bad right now. She was already dead when I did the thing.
No, yes, of course.
I have Betty D go sit in the car seat.
She does.
Okay.
She just kind of like plumps down like a fat raccoon.
Okay.
This will be fun to get rid of.
I start the car.
Okay. It is a stick shift, so it's gonna be a little rougher going down. But go ahead and make a composure and drive roll.
Oh god, here we go. Okay. I got a 7 and a 9 and a 7 on my hunger die.
Okay, so 3 successes. Starting it is a little rough because you haven't driven stick in a while. But after the little kind of like back and forth of you trying to figure out where the sweet spot is, you manage to get back to the apartment complex relatively fast and without incident.
All right, I drop you guys off, and I'm gonna take the van, maybe like a mile or something up the road.
Okay.
And if I can find some kind of like a wooded area, I'm just gonna drop it in there.
I mean, there is a park, not too like within a mile of Albert's home.
Yes, that's not a good place to hide a van. Is inside a park. I mean, but is it like a big park or is it like a little city park?
No, it's a little city park. But there's a parking lot off to the side, and there are trees near it.
Yeah, I'll do that.
Okay.
I'll park it there. And put it near the trees area.
Sure.
And I'm going to take off the tag. Is there another car there?
There is. There are no tools for you to do this, so you'd have to...
Never mind.
You have to...
Oh, wait. Does the back of her... Does she have one of those, like, road hazard kits in the back?
Even our odds in your favor.
Okay, it's not going to work. I've already gotten 2. I feel odds.
Not to 4. There's no...
Okay.
You open up the trunk, and you lift up the little pan on the floor, and all that's there is another kind of duffel bag of clothing and toys. There's not even like a spare tire.
Okay. I'm actually gonna go in and grab the registration from the car.
Okay.
That I have her
in the glove
address.
compartment. It's in the glove box. That's easy enough to grab.
Okay. Perfect.
Yeah. Yeah, but you notice the car is not addressed to her. It's not her car. It is addressed to a Franklin Jones. Or it is titled to a Franklin Jones.
Okay. I will start walking back.
Okay.
Towards where you guys are at.
So as Melvin's doing this, Connie and Albert, How are you getting into Melissa's house?
We never locked the door.
Wow. Okay. Sure enough, you test the doorknob and it's still unlocked.
Yep. I live in a nice little neighborhood.
Mm-hmm.
Yep. Alright, so we can just go put it on her bed, I suppose.
Should we leave like a glass of water?
I think it was implied that I need to stay.
Oh, right, you're staying.
Yeah. Yeah. Yeah.
Do you? Does she?
What?
Are you gonna be okay here?
Well, probably.
Well, then what am I doing? Am I just going with Melvin?
Yeah.
Where's Melvin? Oh, he's walking.
He's dropping off a cart.
Okay.
Are you okay?
Not really, no. I
Don't talk
for
about it.
sure just saw my niece,
Yes. She looked very much like you.
and she's named after me
Because you died.
because I'm dead.
Yeah. Congratulations. There's some pleasure in having a name. A junior, some kind. Sort of. Connie Junior.
Yeah.
Yes.
It's just weird to see Sally. It's been a weird night.
It must be weird to have seen her after seeing her with the sheriff.
I have a lot of feelings. I'm still just very confused and scared, and I don't. I mean, we find out that Jane just went off to Hollywood, and
Sold us out.
yeah,
For what it's worth,
It's-
she wasn't fairly close to us, and she did shoot me in the hand. So, I don't have much care for her as I do for you.
I guess I'll take that as a compliment.
It is intended to be one, so
The
please.
bar is real low. As long as I don't shoot you.
I mean, you've already crossed several lines with my towels, but that is neither here nor there.
I'm sorry about the towels.
I accept your apology. I'm sorry about your niece.
You have a ghoul now.
Yes. In the moment, it was just, I don't want my neighbor to be dead, because there's some part of me that likes having neighbors. But now that I'm thinking about it out loud, she could do things for us in the daytime, which is good, because we can't. And that's when most places are open.
Well, that's true, but does she
She
just go to her regular day job? Like,
I mean, I have enough to support myself. It's in here somewhere.
is it like
I have
having a dog?
I have resources too. That's enough.
Oh, but do you? Because we've taken a lot of cabs and have had no money each time. So if you have resources that you haven't tapped into that you're giving to your ghoul, Melissa,
Mm-hmm.
whatever.
Did you see anything interesting in the hospital?
Yeah. I saw the cabbie. I think I told you that. Did I tell you that I saw the cabbie? Yeah. I saw our cabbie friend. That's what Melvin was talking about because he totally recognized me and totally recognized you and totally said, "Ooh, vampires."
Oh, interesting. And what did you do about it?
I left. I just said, Nah. And went to the room where you were.
Somehow, I feel like you've done a worse job than I have this evening. And we abducted someone from a hospital. Luckily, my blood hides my face from cameras.
Look, it wasn't my finest hour. It's just what happened. I'm not happy about it. And everything moved so fast. I just saw, I just saw baby Connie in the elevator. And now I might very well be the reason that the masquerade gets revealed. So I'm terrified that I'm gonna die at the hands of very angry vampires. So
I can always do what Jane did.
I don't know if both of whatever.
The phone begins to ring.
Maybe she has a voicemail.
I'm just gonna unplug the phone. Do you think that's a smart idea?
Why don't we just let it go to voicemail so that we could hear the message?
Does he have a voice machine?
An answering machine? There is none next to the phone, no.
But if you unplug it, well, somebody has to answer it because
You're a woman. You have lady voice. Pick up the phone.
Okay.
There you go.
Hello?
Hello. Is Melissa available? Who is this?
I'm her housekeeper.
Oh, I didn't know Melly had a housekeeper.
May I take a message?
Yeah. Could you let her know that I am coming into town, this weekend coming up?
Oh, you're coming in. Who am I talking to?
Oh, I'm sorry. Got caught up in the whole thing of it. My name is Brian. Brian Hammond. I'm her father.
Okay. So you're coming this weekend?
Yep. I'll be there Thursday to Sunday.
Okay. I'll let her know. Thank you. Bye. Click. Okay. That was her dad. Her dad is coming to town. We need a plan. Albert?
Why did you say housekeeper?
Albert!
It's just now, there's already so much to add on to this lie.
I didn't give him a name. I needed to justify my position here.
I'm friend of Melissa, watching her house.
No, because I didn't want to give him a name. I didn't want him to be like, oh, Valerie, I spoke with Valerie on the phone. The point is that he is coming. And he sounds like a guy that wants to see his daughter alive.
I mean, I understand that. That's most fathers do.
So... I mean, I could say maybe she's going on like a girls' trip.
Did you write down his phone number?
No, but I could just star 60 something.
Is that how telephones work in the 80s?
That is how they worked.
Yeah. No
Yeah.
fucking way.
Yeah.
Yeah.
It was star 69.
Yeah.
Or
star
star
69.
67.
Oh,
Was it?
star 69 is when you didn't want to be like.
Oh, that's it.
Yeah, star 67 is.
Right, yeah, call her father back and say his daughter, who he hasn't heard from in probably 3 days.
I was right. Star 69 is returning a call. Star 67 is hiding your call.
Oh,
Ooh.
okay.
Now we know.
Star 69, and then she's just out of town on a girls' trip. to.
But then
Allow
that's
it.
even weirder, because then I'm like the housekeeper. Am I calling as another girl? Could the housekeeper be going on the girls' trip?
Remember
Oh, you
when
know what?
when I said
You know what?
my uncle is allergic to X-rays? We're
This
there.
is that moment.
We're there.
Yeah, we've arrived.
Cowabunga
Yeah.
it is.
Wait, look, I know what to say now. I still know what to say. I do.
You could. Here's a fun one. I've broken into your daughter's house.
No.
She's not home.
No. I know what I'm gonna say. Okay, I pick up the phone.
No, run it by me first.
No.
Run it by me first.
Yeah, because you love running things by each
tell
other.
him I'm house sitting. I'm gonna tell him I'm house sitting. And that she went on a girls' trip, but somebody came to the door, that's why I had to hang up so fast.
Did he not hang up on you?
I know I hung up, I went bye.
Yeah.
I'm
Oh,
not
okay.
here, so I'm not there, so I can't tell you all the things that are going through my head.
Melvin's just having a nice walk.
I'm
It's-
having a nice
It's
stroll
a
in the
brisk
darkness.
it's a brisk evening, you know. The stars are
And
out.
you and I are just-
Right, Connie. I'm gonna.
It's a good idea.
Alright, Melissa's in bed. I'm just gonna make her some tea. Cut her an orange. You do this.
Man. He gets a girlfriend and suddenly he washes his hands of everything.
Mhm.
Abandonada. Who I am. Okay. Alright. So I pick up the phone, I star 69.
What's
Okay.
your fake name?
Valerie.
Making sure.
Yeah. It rings a couple times and you hear a female voice pick up. Hello? Who is this? How can I help you?
Oh, hi.
Hello?
My name, I'm calling for Brian. I'm looking for Brian Hammond.
My husband? Is there an issue?
No, not an issue. He called. I'm house sitting for your daughter, Melissa. He called to let me know he was coming to visit her, and I forgot to tell him that I'm actually house sitting for your daughter who has gone on a girls' trip.
Melissa?
So, so she won't be in town when your husband comes to see her. So
That's not like her. This trip has been the thing that they've been talking about for the last month.
oh, wow. I wish I knew more to say.
Is Melissa not there right now?
No, she left. She left. She just left like maybe 2 hours ago. So that's why I'm a little
You know you did this to yourself. Like, you did this to yourself. You called him back.
I know. This is a thing. I know. This is a hole that I'm gonna have to fucking dive in. Is what's gonna happen right now.
You hear the receiver kind of, have that shuffled kind of sound of it being stroked up against like a chest, and you hear a very muffled Brian.
Oh,
Brian, there's a Valerie on the phone about Melissa leaving.
no.
And then you hear a second phone pick up. Hello? Who is this? Is this about my daughter?
Yes, hi,
Oh,
Mr. Hammond. We
yeah,
were
the
just
housekeeper.
speaking. Yeah, sorry, I meant to say sitter. I'm a house sitter. Just letting you know that I'm sorry I didn't have a chance to tell you I had pizza at the door, but I'm house sitting for your daughter because she had a surprise girls trip thrown at her, I guess, and now she's out of town. So I just
Until
wanted
when?
to call you. She's it's like about at least a week. I think I'm here for a week.
You said at least. Like, do you not know how long my daughter is going to be away? Like,
Oh, she's on like a road trip with some girls, so she said that she
where are
might
they
take a little
going?
longer. She destination unknown. She just wanted to see the big ball of yarn in the desert and
You
the
just
big
hear-
rocking chair.
You just hear,
Um,
hang up, Eleanor. And you hear one of the phones hang up. And then you hear a very somber moment and just the breathing on the other end of the phone. And after a moment, you just hear him really low. If you've hurt my daughter in any way, shape, or form, it will be the last mistake you've ever made. I want you to understand this. And then you hear the phone hang up.
Everything all right? Connie? Connie?
I think it worked. But
Yeah.
I don't think it worked at the same time.
Yeah.
Because did you hear what I said to him? I said that
I heard a lot of what you said, yes. All of what you
okay,
said,
yeah,
actually.
yeah. But so you know the week.
Big ball of yarn in the desert.
I figured that could be a good
chair,
story.
yeah.
You know. Well, he told me if I hurt her that he's basically gonna hurt me real bad.
It sounds
So I don't
like-
think he bought the story.
It's
But
really- Hey, Connie? Hey, Connie? It sounds like he might be here a little sooner than Thursday.
You hear a knock on the door to your apartment, Albert.
I look at the people of Melissa's.
Melvin is outside
I
your
open the door.
apartment.
Hello, Melvin.
I look over. Oh, you guys are still over there. Okay.
You told me You told me I should wait with her, so I am.
No. Yeah, I thought Connie was here, but
No,
and I
Connie
just
was
start
answering
walking.
the phone.
What now? And I start
Connie
walking
answered the
over.
phone. To her father,
Um,
to Melissa's father.
I just go like this, and I just walk in and I just push Albert out of the way.
Right. I'm gonna go into Melissa's
And-
bedroom with the tea and oranges.
I just put my hands like this and I just look at Connie. I'm like, you spoke to who now?
I spoke with her father on the phone and thought I could fix something. So we spoke more than once while you were gone.
Oh.
Look,
Okay.
I thought it was a good idea. He was calling, and when I answered the phone, he said, I'm coming on Thursday. So I thought, that can't be good. He can't come on Thursday. His daughter is barely a human anymore. So I called him back and told him that she would be out on a like a girls' road trip across the West, I guess.
Mm-hmm.
And
Okay.
and I don't think he believed me. So because he said he was gonna hurt me if I hurt her. So I don't know
Yeah.
if that means he's not coming or he's so coming like right now.
So you do know she's not dead, right? That
No,
that
no,
he could still see her, and they could go out in the daytime, and they could, still act somewhat normal, and it wouldn't trace back to anybody else being involved unless she said something about Albert.
I was aware.
Well, he didn't say anything while I was answering the phone. I didn't know. I don't know anything about
Kind of just
ghouls.
like fidgeting with your mouth.
What do you
words
mean
were
I'm
coming out.
fidgeting with my mouth? I just wanted to make.
Okay.
So
okay.
you're saying
okay.
I didn't have to do this?
Right. If a phone rings, you
What?
don't have to answer it. Especially in a place that's not yours, where you're not really supposed to be in.
Yeah. Well, I said I was the house sitter, so.
Okay. I mean, I can't knock you for that. At least that was something somewhat creative. But here's what we're going to do. Go into her closet. Get some clothes of hers. We're going to get rid of the morgue clothes so that she's at least in her own clothing. And we're going to leave. And we're going to go into Albert's apartment. Because if I was her father, I would already be on a plane or a car, depending on how far he is from here.
Mm-hmm.
Let's go.
Yep. Okay, so I rush over to her, and I start. I put. She's in the room, right? So I go into the room. I close the door, and I start taking off her clothes and putting her in what looks like her clothes, like how she would arrange them on herself.
And then I take the morgue clothes when you.
Yeah.
When you do them.
I leave the tea and orange slices next to her.
Okay.
Okay.
And I go down into the alley and I dump them in one of the garbage bins.
Yep. Give me, as you go down into the alley to throw away these clothings, give me a wits and awareness roll.
Okay. Everything's 6, right?
Yeah, 6 or higher.
Okay.
You can only botch on your hunger dice.
Oh, that is for the amount of dice I just rolled. I didn't botch. I didn't get a 1, but I got 2 successes out of 6 dice.
Okay. Remember that you can use a willpower point to reroll any up to 3 non-hunger dice.
Yeah, but I'm down. I already used the willpower point today when you and I did that thing.
Yes.
So I'm down to 3 willpower.
Correct.
So I'd be down to 2 willpower.
Yes.
But I feel like you're telling me this because I should try to get a better roll.
I'm just giving you the option. There are things that you can do.
All right, yeah, I'm going to do it.
Okay.
I got 1 more success out of that.
Okay. So a total of 3 successes as you throw away the clothing. Sorry. I had to drink for a moment. You notice that there is a white van with a florist shop kind of painted side parked across the street from the apartment buildings that wasn't there before.
Okay. In the alley, is there anywhere that I can stand where they won't see me? Like, is there like a dumpster or something?
Where you can stand so that who won't see you?
Whoever's possibly in that white van.
Oh, it is from your angle right now. It is very difficult to see the driver's side of it. It's angled in such a way that you can't see who the driver is, nor can you see using the reflection of the rearview mirror. But you can just see. So you're pretty sure that you're safe there.
Okay, because I want to use obfuscate and go invisible, so I can walk over to the van.
Okay. Is there a roll for obfuscation?
I'll check.
No, it is a rouse check.
It's a rouse check, yeah.
So go ahead and roll 1 dice. One of your die.
Okay.
And it's just 6 or higher, and you succeed with no hunger. If you get lower than
I got
6,
a 6.
okay, then you succeed with no hunger. If you roll lower than 6, you succeed, but you raise your hunger.
Oh. No, I'm not Albert.
Correct. So, sure enough, you look around. You see that nobody's kind of in your immediate vicinity. Nobody's walking around. You take the extra precaution of just kind of like ducking down just in case. And you summon up the shadows to kind of wrap around you, and you feel like the light around you has started to kind of bend and fracture in a different way. And sure enough, as you kind of step out of the alley, you see somebody from one of the other apartments kind of walking around towards you to throw away the trash, completely oblivious to you. So you do see that you have become invisible, and as you skirt around him, you make your way across the street. The two the two rear windows to the van, as you kind of come up and examine them, you see that they are actually photorealistic pictures that have kind of been placed there to show off what would be a empty or kind of plant filled van, but with the distance you're at and your keen eye for investigation, like you can tell that it is not what is really behind that window.
Okay, can I move towards the front and see if I can see him?
Yeah. The sides don't look like they have any windows, and then as you kind of come up to the front, it's got the 2 seats and then just a kind of blocked off partition that has a door. The partition itself, you can see, is made by the same company that makes the armored cars for bank transports.
Okay. Shit. I'm gonna go back and go up the stairs and go through the door of Melissa's place.
Okay.
And I'm gonna come out of the shadows.
Okay.
In front of them, I don't care.
Okay. So as you guys are about to move Melissa to your apartment, you see the door open by itself and then close, and out of the shadows and out of thin air, you kind of see everything, the light ripple for a moment, and you see Melvin come into existence out of nothing.
Welcome back. Everything all right?
I think we've got company.
In what way?
There's a white van across the street. Wasn't there when we got here. Florist shop.
Same florist shop that was burnt down, or a new florist shop?
What was the name on the side, Will?
It just said flowers. Flowers for your honey.
Okay, so it's just a generic flowers, but the inside of the van, I took a close look. The inside of the van looks to be armored like an armored truck. So either they're in the back of that van, whoever they are, or there might be somebody in your apartment.
Also, because you did get to look at it and go around it, the license plate is 372 GVT, by the way. Because that is something that you would have noticed.
Well, and I was actually going to tell you, because I was going to go back out there and do something to mess with the van, but that works.
You're going to put a potato in the exhaust pipe?
A banana in the tailpipe. That's what I was going to do.
That's a euphemism.
I have an orange if you want it.
You know your last name's an adverb?
Oh my god, I love that. So I think either you've got visitors in your apartment, or there's somebody in that van, and I think it's very important that we find out who.
Well, there's only one way to find out. The two of you stay here, and I'll open the door.
You okay? How about I follow you?
Sure. That also makes more sense.
Okay. Do I do another rouse to go into obfuscate?
And you have to go somewhere where they're not looking at you.
Right. Don't look at me! Turn around! It's simple. It's like I'm like Invisible Boy from Mystery Men.
Yeah.
I'm invisible. Can't you see me? All right. No, I'll just walk with him. I'll just go.
Okay. So you two leave Melissa's apartment just as you see what looks to be two gentlemen in exterminators outfits. And you see
Actually,
them.
Connie, come with us. Connie, come with us. I tell you two to come with.
Do I have to?
Yes.
Just leave Melissa there.
She's on the bed. Melissa's to be left on the bed
Yeah. She's just there.
with her oranges.
And her tea.
And her tea.
And her tea. And her tea.
Yeah. Did you slice the oranges like in the little round slices, or did you cut it in like quarters or?
Quarters.
Okay, so you're a savage. I get it.
I basically peeled an orange for her.
Yeah, I'm sure your girlfriend appreciates that.
Ouch.
So the three of you go outside, and you see that there are two male exterminators who seem to be coming up the stairs. And as they see the three of you kind of walk out, give me, all three of you, give me wits and awareness rolls, please.
Come on, rolls.
Awareness.
So just to be clear, I'm picking up the again. This is my first time playing with dice.
Yeah.
I'm using, so like, I pick up the dice that I need for those things, and then I add a hunger dice.
No, you
right?
replace a
Oh,
hunger
I
dice.
replace one with a hunger. Okay,
Yeah.
I had it.
I got one success.
Excellent. Do you have any
I
willpower?
got
that
two
you can use?
successes and a one.
On your hunger dice.
Yeah, I got a 6 and I got a 10
Okay.
and I got a 2 on my hunger.
So two successes, and one success. Connie and Melvin notice almost imperceptibly that there's a slight moment of pause as the two of them are coming up the stairs, but it's almost imperceptible. It's like they looked up and saw you, there's a moment of pause, and then they continued walking up the steps. But you see them kind of come up. One of them opens up a notebook and they start looking at the apartments. What do the three of you do?
I brush past them.
Okay. Start making your way downstairs.
Sure.
Albert, Connie.
I'm just gonna stand in front of my door, like fumble for keys, but I'm really looking to see if there's been any like forced entry of any kind.
Oh, okay. Then you're gonna want to give me a intelligence and a larceny roll.
Oh, so just 3 dice.
And your hunger's 3, so it's all hunger dice.
Yeah. I got a 10.
Nice. Okay. With a quick glance, and you notice that one of them brushes past you, and you just hear a very gruff voice. Sorry about that. But with him kind of like brushing against you and kind of like knocking yourself out of your kind of the mindset that you were in, you don't see any forced entry.
Right.
Will, do I hear him say "excuse me" with a gruff voice?
Yeah.
Do I recognize that voice?
That's gonna be a rough intelligence, and let's do intelligence and composure.
Okay. Let's see. That's 5 dice. Let's see what happens. Because my last 3 rolls have been terrible. Okay, that's a 9.
Yeah.
That's a 10. And that's it.
2 successes.
I got a 2 on my hunger die.
It sounds familiar, but at the same time, like the voice that you heard was on the other end of the phone, so the phone
Right.
could have distorted it. But it is, and you're also kind of like you've been dealing with a bunch of people today, so it is kind of like you're trying to pinpoint a very muffled kind of over the phone voice. It sounds like it, but at the same time, it's like you're not 100%.
Okay. As I walk past them, I and I start going down the stairs.
Mhm.
I trigger Silence of Death,
Oh,
which is free,
yeah.
and then I walk back up the stairs and I stay like 4 feet behind them.
Okay. So Connie, you see that after about going halfway down the stairs, Melvin suddenly turns around and starts coming back up the stairs towards you. You don't hear any noise coming from him. But you see that Albert
Well,
is also
since
fumbling with his keys trying to open his own door.
I'm just gonna walk down the stairs as if I'm passing Melvin, like if I don't know who he is.
Okay. So
Can I open the door?
yeah. You see that Melvin is about maybe 4 feet away from you as you finally unlock your door. And as you
I give him a nod.
okay, yeah, he's quiet. He hasn't made any noise.
Yeah.
And as you open the door, you swing it open. You're about to take your first step in, and you hear and then you hear the shotgun blast, and all of you hear the shotgun blast ring out. Albert, would you like to try to dodge this?
Yeah. Yeah.
Do I have a chance of possibly reaching and grabbing him since I do have that extra speed?
Oh, I mean, you have celerity.
No, I have potence,
You have
which
potence.
the soaring leap, I can go 5 times
you
horizontal.
Yeah, you could use it to jump at him. You wouldn't be able to pull him away. You'd have to take your forward momentum. That would put you as a target of this shotgun blast instead of him. Do you want to do that? You 1930s heroic cop, you.
We ain't like that.
You John McClane
Yeah.
motherfucker.
I am gonna do it.
Okay.
I'm gonna do it.
All right. So you hear the cocking of the shotgun. You hear the shotgun blast ring out. And Connie, you see a flash as this shape kind of darts in the direction, and it just tackles Albert. And you see that it's Melvin. And as Melvin is tackling Albert and shifting himself to become this target of this attack, you feel all of the buckshot kind of go into Melvin's back, and you can see the shreds of his trench coat shoot outward, and there's a spatter of blood. So I got 3 successes to shoot you. You can't dodge because you're protecting Albert. It is not point blank. It's second range, so it's only +6. So it's 9 superficial. So you really take 4.
All right. So am I soaking or just take it?
No, you just take it.
Okay.
But it is superficial damage, so you can rouse to heal that easily enough. Albert, could you please give me a wits and awareness roll?
One on a normal dice, and then a 9 on a hunger die.
Okay. So 1 success. You can't get a good look as there's this whole moment of a flash as Melvin just kind of tackles you.
Yeah.
And there's also the muzzle flash of the shotgun, so you can't get a good look at who's in your apartment. But you do notice that it is a kind of relatively smaller shape, given the angle of the blast and where Melvin is kind of tackling you from. And then you both go barreling into the 2 exterminators, and so all 4 of you are now on the floor. Their little canisters of whatever they were having is kind of like spilled at their feet. Connie, you're the only one on your feet right now as you are on the stairway. You've seen all of this transpire. What would you like to do?
I'd like to. Well, I'm gonna go in. What I'm gonna do is I'm gonna activate my silence of death.
Okay.
And I'm gonna start making my way over to the door quickly, but silently. And do everything I can to not be seen through the doorway, but try to find an angle in which I can sort of see what's going on.
Okay. Try to make a composure and awareness roll for me then.
I got 2 successes and a 4 on my hunger dice.
Okay. You kind of use a little bit of the angle towards your own benefit, and you hear from inside, "Fuck! I think I nailed one of them," very loudly, and it is the same voice from the boat. And you see this feminine figure start to rush towards the door. And you hear again another pump of the shotgun.
Okay. Does she have the shotgun, or is it just another pump that's coming from inside of the apartment?
No, it's her with the shotgun.
Okay.
Give me a wits awareness roll. As you hear her say something under her breath as she's rushing forward. The footfalls are becoming louder as she moves towards you.
Okay. I got 110 and I got a 2 on my hunger.
You don't hear what she says specifically, but you do get the feeling that she holds a resentment over what happened the last time.
Does she see me?
It does not look like she's seen you.
Okay.
Like she's still looking in the direction of where Albert kind of darted off to.
Okay. I'd like to use a power.
Oh.
I want to use feral weapons,
Okay.
and I'm gonna rip her fucking head off.
All right. Well, make a rouse check first of all to activate it. So you're gonna roll 1 die.
Okay.
If it's a 6 or higher, you activate it without raising your hunger. If it's lower than 6, your hunger goes up by 1.
Okay.
Either way, you're still
I got a 6.
okay. So, sure enough, you feel the ends of your fingers as you've only used this power maybe a handful of times, and you're still not used to what it does. But you can feel the tips of your bones suddenly elongate, and you can feel it starting to rip through the fingertips, and you feel your nails kind of coalesce with these bony protrusions, and you create these maybe like 4 or 5 inch long bony scythe like kind of continuations of your fingertips, and go ahead and make a swipe as she comes out. It's going to be dexterity and brawl.
I've got 2 options on what I want to do.
Yeah.
I got 2 successes and a 10 on my hunger dice.
Okay. So 3 total successes. She's not expecting it, so you do get your full damage on her. So it's going to be 2 threshold, plus 2 from your claws, and your strength is 2, so that's 6 superficial damage to her. She is immortal, so it is very destructive. And as she comes out, you see that she hasn't seen you at all. She's looking to the right as she comes out of the door, kind of trying to follow where Albert is. And right as she kind of steps out and she gives you her full back, you just come up with all of your might, and you see the 4 lines of just crimson erupt out of her back. And you can feel how your claws easily kind of hit her spine and then crunch through it and past it. And you can just see her scream out in pain as your first set of claws kind of just dig in and start their cut. And then she just collapses forward, and you see that she is a slumped body over this shotgun of hers.
I'm gonna pick up that shotgun.
Okay, so you see the 2 men that you tackled trying to scramble to get to their feet. You can hear that somebody's coming behind you from Albert's apartment, as the 2 of you, Albert and Melvin, are kind of getting your bearings. The pain of getting shot is not new, but it's also been a while for Melvin, so it stings. And as the two exterminators are kind of pushing themselves up to their feet, one of them says, "We got contact, sir." And the other one says, "A lethal force allowed." And as he says that, you see them both draw what looks to be M1911s. It's a gun that Melvin is very familiar with.
Mm-hmm.
And you see that each one of them kind of trains a gun on either one of you, and they're going to try to take a shot. This time, both of you are aware of this happening. Melvin, you're Albert, you're the only one that hasn't used any actions this round, so you would have a full dice pool to dodge.
Okay.
Melvin, you would suffer a -2 dice pool to your dodge.
Okay.
If you would like to, it's going to be a dexterity and athletics roll.
Oh.
So for Albert, oh shit, I got 5 successes.
I'm rolling 2 dice.
It lowers their threshold. Every success lowers their threshold, and you can get 2 10s. That's 4 successes.
I actually got a 1 and a 2. So
So you botch.
Oh, Jesus Christ.
I can't wait to get fucking torped.
Alright, so unfortunately I rolled a 1 to try and shoot Melvin, so I only got 4 successes.
Okay, I got... That's a 3. I got an 8 and a 10 on my hunger die.
Okay, so 2 successes lowers their 4 by 2, so I only got 2 to hit you. 2 and 4 is 6, so you take 3 more.
Alright, I'm down.
Superficial. Okay.
Yeah, because I took 4. I only have 5
Yeah.
health. I took 4 from
Yeah.
the last one.
Melvin, I did 5. You botched, so I'll do an extra point of damage there. Plus 4 means that you take 10 superficial, so you really take 5 if you have it.
Ooh. I'm down.
Okay. So Connie, you see 2 slugs go right into each of them, and they just kind of stop. Albert and Melvin both are just kind of like sitting there, lying on the floor face down. They're both bleeding profusely. Melvin more than Albert. But you see them, once she screams and she collapses, they both train their guns on you.
Of course.
But you have pulled this shotgun free of this dead body.
Yeah, bitch.
Would you like to? What would you like to do with your turn?
I would like to pump and shoot with my new toy.
Remember, it was already pumped, so you'd be losing a shell.
Oh. So I'd be using a shell?
You'd be yeah.
No, like if you pumped it again, you'd pop a
You'd pop out the
shell out. So
Oh, I didn't realize.
pump.
You're right. I
Yeah.
forgot that
Yeah.
she had pumped it.
Yeah.
Okay, well then
Yeah.
I'm gonna use the shot.
Okay.
That she...
Let's have you make a dexterity and firearms roll.
Okay.
Don't botch and shoot me more.
I do have that 1 firearms.
Yeah.
I got 1 success and... Well, no, I got 1 success and a 6 on my hunger dice.
Alright, so 2 successes.
Yes.
Okay. They weren't expecting it, so they're not going to be dodging. So you got 2. Their medium range, so plus 6 is 8. So both of them just kind of cover their face as you raise your gun at them. And you see the buckshot fly out of the shotgun with another deafening kind of crack. And both of them get hit and fly back. And you hear them both kind of coughing and groaning. But they are still alive.
Okay.
Hey, Will,
Yeah.
what is Betty D doing? Can she bite their neck and rip their neck off?
If you would like to have Betty D go berserk at the sight of you having been taken out, she can invoke the Cowabunga It Is rule.
I would
What?
like to invoke the Cowabunga It Is rule.
Okay. So you see as your shot sends them flying back. Both of them are kind of groaning. Their forearms are bleeding profusely. Their weapons are on the floor. But you see as they both kind of start to sit up that their body armor has absorbed a lot of that damage. And as one of them is the first to sit up, out of nowhere you see this dart of just black and brown and white just shoot out like a spear from beneath Melvin's body and just arrow itself into this agent's neck, and you just see this spurt of blood like a Kurosawa film. The other agent gets up to his feet and just kind of starts to run away from this whole encounter. But you notice that there is a very savage ferret just kind of latched onto one neck, and you see where its mouth is, there is a kind of these two very thin jets of blood coming out where its tiny bite has kind of pierced this neck. But then you also see that as it kind of digs in and rakes with its rear claws, that there is now a second spurt of blood from the other side of this agent's neck, and you just see him kind of gurgling as he sits back against the wall trying to pull this ferret away from him, that it can't be pulled away because of its fucking potence.
Yeah, that's right. It's got my potence. I love Nosferatu
So
so much.
with this one agent on the run and these other two dead in the hallway, lights have started to come on in the different apartments. These two are currently unconscious, so what would you like to do, miss?
Me?
Yeah.
You said miss, so you mean me?
Yeah, you are
Hey.
the lady at the table.
Will, I have a quick question. So, because you said it was superficial, so if I'm in torpor, do I still get a rouse on my turn?
Yeah.
Roll to try to heal?
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah, both of you can make a rouse check to try and heal one of your superficial points of damage.
No,
One dice?
I got a 4.
Okay, so your hunger goes up by 1, and you are still unconscious.
Yeah. All those alley cats better run.
Oh, I got a 2.
Oh, so not only do you not heal, but now your holy Sagrada blood has decided to manifest itself as your whole stigmata kicks in.
Yep.
I literally have no idea. Let me ask you something about these apartments. Are these apartments like are the apartment doors like are the entry doors in a hallway, like an indoor hallway, or are they like there's a balcony?
You're on the second floor right now, so there is a balcony, kind of railway hallway, and there are on this side of the apartment buildings there are 6 doors. Albert's, Melissa's, and 4 other neighbors. And then the bottom has the same thing. It's 6 doors, but they have an extra set of doors on either side where the stairways are, because they're built out a little bit.
I don't know if it makes more sense for me to just run in and close the door, or if it makes more sense for me to drag her into the room, because she was like outside, right, when I killed her.
Yes, she was outside.
There's also 2 vampires sitting outside.
One,
2 unconscious vampires.
bleeding from
2
their eyes.
unconscious.
Wait, but I interpreted it as you two were still in Albert's apartment.
No, we're in the
we're in the hallway. He opened the
outside front
door. He opened the door to walk in. I heard the thing,
you're
and
in
like
the
a dumb
fucking
hero, I took the bullets for him.
Shit, so there's 3 people? There's
Yeah.
3
4.
fucking immortals
4.
laying in the foyer?
4, because now there's a second agent.
Oh,
that
there's
has,
a second.
that has
with a ferret on his neck.
with a rabid
Ah.
rabid ferret on its neck.
Okay, so I'm gonna yell, Betty! Betty! Come over here.
It literally kind of like the second it hears his name, it looks in your direction, and you see that there's just this kind of like balloon pop of blood on either side of its mouth, and it just looks feral and rabid, and just it kind of looks over your direction as you call its name.
Oh God. I have no idea. I kind of just want to leave.
This is the physical embodiment of the phone call.
Yeah.
This is like a phone call, but in action.
This
I
is
kind of just want to leave, y'all.
this
but
is Gangrel.
I won't.
You just see Connie go.
Just
It was so nice playing with you, Jeff. It was so nice.
Yeah.
This is so much fun.
Just remember that you don't tell me that I'm always mean to you, because I took 4 shots to the back for you.
I killed the thing for you. Okay. Okay, no.
Yeah.
I'm not gonna leave. I'm not gonna leave. Chill. I'm not gonna leave. I'm just saying that's what's going through my head.
Yeah. Yep.
But no, I'm gonna go up to you. I'm gonna go up to you two, and check to see if either of you have any level of consciousness in you.
They're in and out
They're
because they're still being able to use their blood. So you've noticed that Albert has had his wounds open up on his hands. His
Yes.
shoes are starting to fill with blood.
Wonderful.
He's starting to cry blood.
Okay, I'm gonna use the little bit of strength that I have to try to drag each of them into the apartment.
Oh yeah, you have strength and potence. You can take both of them.
Yeah.
In one
So
go.
I'm gonna drag them both into the apartment, and after I do that, I'm gonna grab this dead lady.
Mm-hmm. Oh no, you don't have potence.
I just have strength.
Yeah, you have protein. Yeah, and you're strong. You
and
could try to rouse to build up your physical stats if you want to really try to push yourself. Use your blood.
No, I'm gonna try on my own, and
Okay.
then if I have to rouse, I'll rouse.
All right, make a strength and athletics check to try and take both of them.
You can do it.
I hope you believe in me. Doesn't look great. Oh shit.
I just really need to rouse so that I can get Betty D back to normal land.
Yeah, she's in kill mode right now.
She looks scary, my man.
Yeah, like the second that you call her and you don't give her a command, like she goes back to just gnawing on this guy's neck. Like she's on a mission to cut through it completely.
Oh god. I got 2 successes.
Okay.
He gave you a hint to make a
enough.
command.
Sure enough, you start to
But
pull.
she doesn't listen to me.
You start to pull
You didn't
both
try.
of them,
You just called her name.
Oh.
and then you freaked
Well, I'm
out.
gonna try again. Don't worry.
And she saw you. Yeah, but yeah, you managed to pull both of them in through the doorway.
Betty D. Betty D.
Again, you see her stop and just look at you.
Please. Please.
Come inside.
Make
Please.
make a charisma and animal ken roll for me.
Oh fuck me. Oh wait, hold on. I thought I do have that. Oh shit.
I was gonna. He's trying to tell you to say a command.
I didn't hear it. I was in my own land. I'm sorry. This is what I get. This is what I get for not paying attention.
Will always give you those subtle little things. And he's like, well, because you didn't give him her a command, she continues to gnaw on the face. Like, he'll just say those random little drops. 16 years of role playing with Will has me keep my ear out for that stuff.
I got nothing.
Oh,
I got nothing.
she looks at you. She starts to hop around defiantly, and then she picks a new body part to start to gnaw on.
Oh my god. Do I have enough time to look for... I'm gonna run into Albert's bathroom and grab one of his towels.
What are you doing? What are you
Leave me to
doing?
die.
The
Leave me to die.
regular kind or the his and hers?
Doesn't matter. I'm gonna try to find the largest towel that I can.
All right, even odds in your favor.
Motherfucker.
Even.
That's a 10. You do not grab one of the his and hers.
Okay. I'm gonna just try to grab a towel because I've already dragged these two successfully into the room.
Yeah. So right now, only the two agents that attacked you are outside,
And the ferret.
and the rabbit ferret.
Guys, this is gonna work out great. Now that Dad's gonna think these people were trying to take his daughter.
Exactly. None of them look like Valerie. Wait, Valerie's the lady.
There you go.
Yeah.
Valerie's the lady. Okay.
Fucking Valerie.
Can't trust Valerie's.
And I'm gonna take the towel and I'm gonna try to capture Betty D in the towel.
Oh,
Okay.
Potence!
Okay.
I don't know anything.
Make
I'm
a
just gonna
strength
try.
and athletics
I
check.
don't want her out there, and that's even
When-
worse.
Will, when can we do another rouse roll?
Right now, as she runs into the bathroom, you can try to make another rouse roll.
Yeah, stop.
I got a
me.
7. I got a 7.
Okay, so you heal 1.
I got a 3!
So you are a hunger
Out
5.
of the other orifices.
So unfortunately, as you heal one
I
of
just
your
died.
No, you're a hunger 5
When do I die?
when you take aggravated damage.
Oh, okay.
Or when somebody uses the his and hers towels.
Yes,
Obviously.
that's when you die.
So wait, am I not on X's? Am I on slashes?
You're on slashes, yeah.
Oh, so I'm on. Okay.
Yeah. So you see, as you manage to kind of like pull yourself enough together to summon up whatever healing ability your blood has, you start to heal up some of the buckshot behind you, some of the shot where the 45 kind of came in behind your shoulder blade, and as you start to sit up, you see Albert do the same thing, and he sits up, but his face is just eyes bleeding. He's bleeding out of his nose, out of his ears. You see that there are gaping holes in his hands, like he was Christ on the cross, and he just kind of grabs your head, and with everything he has, he just sinks his teeth into you, and he takes a level of hunger from you. So you gain a hunger as he loses a hunger. Albert,
Okay.
make a willpower roll, please.
Can I choke the shit out of him?
Is this hunger dice or normal dice?
This is hunger dice.
He'll cut it! Cut it!
That's a 3. That's a 3. That's a 10.
I say, Connie, help! And I yell that really loud,
So-
hoping Betty D hears it.
So as you see Connie come out of a corner with a towel in her hand, just kind of like look at you, and then continue to run out of the apartment. She's on a mission right now. You have never tasted sweeter blood, Albert. Vitae, unlike a kind's blood, a human's blood, is tinged a little sweeter, a little more seductive. And
You just diablerized, you motherfucker.
and as you start to fight off this stigmata that you've brought on yourself, you find it a little bit too difficult this time around to pull yourself away, and the hunger is just like needing more of it. So he is going to continue to try and suck another level out of you, Melvin. If you want to try to push him off, it's going to be a strength and athletics check. What hunger are you at now?
Me?
Yeah, you're like a 3, right?
1. No, I'm at a 1. I only haven't failed one hunger roll. I was at a 1, and then I was at 2, and he just took one from me.
Yeah, that means he gave you an extra level of hunger.
Oh, yeah, I thought you said he took it away from me.
No, he took it away from himself.
Oh, okay, yeah, I'm at 3.
Okay. So yeah, so if you can't pull him off, you'll be at hunger 4.
All right, so it's strength and what?
Strength and athletics.
Oh, wonderful. I got one success. I don't know if I should willpower. I'm rolling 3 dice, so it's not like.
I mean, did
Then I'll be
you
at
get
one
did you get the
willpower.
one success on your regular dice or on your hunger dice?
Yeah, regular dice.
Oh, so you'd be using willpower to reroll 2 regular dice. It's
And
up to you.
yeah, and I'd lose one, but I'd lose one of my successes, so I'd be rolling to get one more success.
Yeah. Well, you remember you can only reroll non-hunger dice.
Right, because my hunger die was a 4.
Oh, but remember, you're
I
hunger. You're
succeeded.
hunger 3, so 3 of your dice are hunger.
Oh, so all 3. Oh no, I'm rolling. So all 3 of my dice are hunger dice.
Okay.
So I got one success. I got a 9.
Okay.
One
So,
nine.
yeah, so you can't reroll. So yeah, you try and you just can't. Like the way this animal is acting towards you, it just is primal. There, you can sense that this isn't Albert. This is something else. But he does take another level of hunger. So he adds 1 to you, and he drops 1 from himself. But you notice that the bleeding around his eyes has stopped. The holes on his hand have begun to close. Albert, please make another willpower roll. As you start to see the fear in Melvin's eyes, now that some of the blood haze is clearing.
1, 5, 8.
Okay. There is this moment where you think, I can't hurt him. He's my friend. And then the voice in your head, the hunger, just creeps up quietly. Just, you don't have friends, Albert. You have tools. And you have stepping stones. And the goal is Atlantis. He doesn't know where it is. He's useless to you. She's useless to you. Do them a favor, Albert. It's a mercy. And he is still on you. Connie, you go outside. You see that Betty D is just kind of sitting there gnawing at this dead body.
Mm-hmm.
She looks at you as you approach, and she hisses.
Okay. Do I hear anything that's going on inside?
You heard Melvin yelling for you.
I did.
And you saw that Albert was on top of him. Just like he was on top of Melissa.
Okay. Can I turn around and go back in?
Yeah, sure.
Okay. I'm going to turn around and go back in.
You see that Albert is still on top of him, and that for the first time since you've met him, Melvin has a look of fear on his face.
Okay. I'm going to make a dumb fucking move. And I'm gonna try to I'm basically gonna see this in horror, and I'm gonna lunge for Albert, and I'm gonna try to punch him in the face.
Yes. This is all I've wanted. Go ahead and make a strength and brawl check. Would you like to rouse to increase your physical traits?
Yep.
Okay. Make a roll
Yep.
1 die. Roll 1 die first, then, and let's see if you can do this without.
I like your thinking. I would have also accepted picking up the shotgun and using it as a bat.
I go physical, baby. I want to keep that shotgun because that shotgun could be helpful later.
Yep.
I rolled a 10.
Okay, so you managed to increase your abilities without calling the hunger down on yourself. So you're gonna roll your strength of 2, your brawl of 2, and you're gonna add 2 more dice for your rouse.
So I'm a total of 6.
Total of 6 dice.
And one of them is her hunger?
And one of them is a hunger dice, so it'd be 5 regular and 1 hunger.
I got 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 successes.
Okay. So sure enough, Albert's not expecting it, and so it's enough damage to just knock him out cold. And with a very sloppy kind of plop, you Melvin, feel the shock of just something coming into contact with Albert, and then you just see this meaty feminine fist where Albert's head was, and you see Albert like maybe 2 or 3 feet away from you, just kind of skidding face first on the floor. But he has been popped away from you, and you have been saved from a possible Diablo Ray. But at least
I
go ahead.
like, oh no, I guess I look at you. I'm like, took you long enough.
Call your ferret.
Betty.
In a flash,
And I whistle.
you see this brown, black, and white dart just kind of come into the door, and then just happily just kind of make those happy ferret noises as it hops over towards Melvin. Its mouth still a bubblegum burst of just blood. It is the most adorable and simultaneous terrifying thing you've ever seen in your life. And as it kind of rushes over towards Melvin, and Albert is lying face first on the floor, and you're kind of sitting there with one hand with a shotgun, the other hand kind of in the best fist you can make, with considering that you have these bone protrusions coming out of the fingertips. You hear some of the neighbors kind of gasping and screaming about the dead bodies on the foyer. And this is where we'll pick up the next session of our game. I'd like to thank everybody for joining us tonight. Please remember to wear your masks, to keep your distance, to wash your hands, and to please look out for each other and keep each other safe. As always, we will see you in a couple of weeks with the Coterie, as next week is actually our Anarch storyline. So I look forward to seeing our 2 players in that storyline and seeing what they get up to. But always remember that even though times are tough right now, we are the best that we have for each other. And if you need any help, do not hesitate trying to reach out to your friends or family. And if you can't reach out to friends or family, please try to seek some professional help, because even though things are tough, we have to rely on each other, and we have to know that we're going to be there for each other, because we can be. And if we're in chat and we're available and it's not too taxing on us, we can try to reach out and help each other through chat if we can. But otherwise, we will see you on the next one. Be safe. Remember that Wednesday is Legend of the Five Rings, and Friday is Star Wars, where we get to see Brandon and Jeff all over again. And until we see you, be safe and have a good night.